What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Personally, I'm still a little bit sick, so I'm going to try to get to this video and this market update, very necessary market update, as well as I can, but just keep that in mind. Alright, in this video, as always, we'll talk about three things. News, which today there's actually some pretty big news, which we will talk about. We'll talk about Bitcoin, obviously, because right now, especially in these market circumstances, what Bitcoin is doing matters a lot for altcoins, and then we'll talk about the best altcoins to trade right now. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I think it will take about 4 or 5 minutes, so sit down, be alert, listen well, and let's get right into it. So first of all, the news that we need to talk about is pretty big because it's the interest rate decision and the press conference afterwards. All right, now the actual result or the actual interest rate decision itself doesn't matter that much, all right? It's probably just going to be 5.5, as is also expected right now. What does matter, though, is in general the monetary policy. As some of you might know, or some of you might not know, a lower interest rate is great for risk on assets like crypto assets. So what we want to see is we want to see this decreased. Now, earlier this year, it was to be expected that it would decrease, but right now what you see is that in the US, the inflation still stays relatively high. So what's happening right now is that the expectation is kind of shifting towards that these interest rate decisions will not go lower that soon. So how this will affect the markets, we'll get into in a moment. But in general, what you want to see and what you want to hear in the press conference, which is the most important part of this newest event, is that they will talk about dropping or cutting the rate, all right? So decreasing the interest rate. If they talk about that, if they say that that's a possibility in a relatively short time frame, that's bullish. If they say, we don't know, we're just going to keep it high as long as the inflation stays like this, then it's theoretically bearish. But in general, to talk about the market, it's just going to cause volatility. All right, it's always like if they tell something theoretically bearish in the press conference, that could still bring some sort of a bullish reaction. So in general, it will just bring volatility. Be careful, all right? Just know when it is, all right? It's I'll leave the link down in the description, by the way, to this website so you can see for yourself. It's different per time zone, of course, but it's going to cause volatility. So avoid trading in those hours. Now, apart from that, what's most important is Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin, as most of you know, has been very bearish. Right now, I think that we are in a relatively interesting area, all right? Because what we are is that Bitcoin at this moment is still bearish, all right? The momentum is still down a lot, and the spot selling is still selling off, all right? So we are definitely not bullish, but I do think, and you should be prepared for some sort of a bullish scenario, all right? And I do think that that's a possibility as well. So what's happening right now is that Bitcoin kind of is stuck here between 57,000 and I would say 58,500 or 58,400. So what we are waiting for is for this box to break. And if we actually do get some sort of a bullish breakout here for Bitcoin, then that's not necessarily bullish. But if that goes hand in hand with the momentum for Bitcoin also increasing, we could get bullish very soon. All right, so at this moment, due to the fact that spot is still selling off, and there's honestly, like I said, I mean, if we get a breakout and a momentum gain, so the open interest goes up, then it's good, and then we can actually be bullish. So far, the momentum or the open interest is dropping down. So what I think is most likely is that we'll get that bearish breakout, and that we'll see another drop into 55 or 54,000, that area. That's what I think is most likely. But keep your eyes on those levels, all right? Because there is a chance, even though it's most likely will fall down lower, there is a chance if the open interest goes up here that we get a bullish breakout and a relatively bullish Bitcoin for the short term, which in turn will also have a very bullish effect on altcoins. Now that brings us to the last part, and that is what altcoins to trade. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, you should not trade any altcoins right now, all right? The market circumstances are not great. There's practically no altcoin that's really gaining momentum. There are some kind of scam coins or some meme coins that are gaining some momentum. If you really want to trade, just trade some meme coins, all right, that are moving. Apart from that, I would seriously stay away from any trading right now until we have some confirmation from Bitcoin, which comes in the form of a breakout. All right, so for now, I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Be careful and bye.